nerds, it's Tiri. Welcome back to my show. Thanks again to all of you that showed up to the live stream last night. Those of you that were there know that we got to Elegon and we made some progress on him. Got through all the phases pretty much, just need to do some fine tuning and finish that off. We're hopefully going to continue that tonight. We shall see. I should be live streaming again, so hopefully I will see you there at about 9 Pacific time. Blizzard has rounded up a bunch of different interviews that have been done with the designers for World of Warcraft and put them in a nice convenient page for you to view and select and watch those videos. It's pretty cool. I'll link you in the description below. The two that I found most interesting happen to coincidentally feature Greg Street, lead designer. He talks a little bit about the legendary, talks about questing, talks about general things with World of Warcraft and Miss Pandaria, changes they've made in Azeroth, etc. So they've got it broken down into categories of PvP, questing, pets, Darkmoon Fair, all the different things people are in charge of. They just kind of focused in on those different categories, and you can pick those videos to watch the things that I found very interesting. And I have noticed this a lot with Greg Street, that when he's interviewed, there are so many things that he says that I've noticed players say. He definitely is in agreement with a lot of the complaints, and he takes them as learning experiences for future progress in the game. And that, I think, is a large part of why World of Warcraft has kept going for so long. And everyone that is involved in the game and is in charge of any sort of category in the game seems to have this attitude where they're very open-minded and they take a lot of the things, the complaints and the issues, and they don't just be like, oh, whatever, that's fine, leave it the way it is. You're just being a big jerk. They're not like that. They're like, okay, well, we'll take that into account and we'll definitely make some changes with that. One of the things that stood out to me is that he's in agreement that they did go a little overboard with the dailies. One thing he would have changed is that instead of having to get to a certain point with the Golden Lotus in order to do quests for 2 other factions, while still, if you want to get exalted with Golden Lotus, still needing to quest for them, would have made it so that you would get one and then move on to the next one, so that you're not adding dailies and feeling like you have to do all these extra dailies every day, and it would kind of keep the amount of dailies the same, let you progressively work through it rather than expanding, and then all of a sudden you have like 1,000 dailies to do. I finished them all, so I hit it pretty hard. I'm exalted with everything except for Operation Shield Wall. So you guys are all babies, but he would have fixed that. He would have changed it a little bit and made it easier for you people that are complaining about the dailies. And anyways, check those out. Good stuff. The daily blink cracks me up. I will link you in the description. They made an official MMORPG feedback form, and it's cute as hell. So I would totally use that form. Instead of rambling on the forums and pouring your little heart out, you can just be like, this sucks, and you should change this, and bleh, and then be done with it. So this fancy Brawlers Guild guide that I'm going to link to you in the description is super handy. It tells you everything from how to get an invitation, how to fight the bosses, where the NPCs are that are important to talk to, the items you can get, etc., etc. So check that out if you're into doing Brawlers Guild stuff, if you haven't started yet, because it just seems complicated or like another thing to do. There's so much to do with Miss Pandaria. MMO-Champion has a video up where they tell you a little bit about some of the add-ons that are available for you pet battlers. I swear there should be a club or a guild just for you guys. You're so into it and it's awesome. Not all of you either are super Pokemon fan, so I found it rather interesting, the variety of people that love pet battling. I like it a lot because it brings me back to Final Fantasy. the style of fighting that's involved in Final Fantasy. I was never really into Pokemon. Please don't hurt me. Pokemon fans are freaking serious business, and I really hope this isn't a bad thing that I just said that. I was really into the entire Final Fantasy series. Every Final Fantasy game I played, I loved. And the fighting style is the same in pretty much all of them. So I definitely love that part of the pet battling. It's kind of like old school, take your turn fighting. And it's just, some people dog it, but I think it's fun. It brings me back to my childhood is really what it is, I think. So I was super excited to find out that Star Wars The Old Republic was free to play as of November 15th or some odd date. But I did not download it because I've been busy. And I also heard that there were a lot of restrictions that almost made it worthless. But they have heard you, have no fear, and they have extended some of the things that they limited for free to play. So unlike a lot of ways that games become free to play, you can also pay. Now, it's not like the game, you know, the paid version of the game died and then they made a free to play all around just because they didn't have anybody playing. But they wanted to expand the amount of players that experience the game and at least try it out. So they made a free to play version. Really, they just limit the character slots you can have, they limit your quick bars, they limit the amount of battle zones you can join per a certain amount of time, etc. But they have extended that quite a bit, and I'm going to link in the description so you can read more about it. I think it would be fun to play a little bit on the side, but I also want to play StarCraft 2 and more Diablo 3, and I'd like to try League of Legends and Guild Wars, and there's just not enough time in a day to play all the games. Spike TV's Video Game Awards has been going on, and I will link you to their website where you can view the videos by air date. I will tell you that the Best Shooter award went to Borderlands 2. The other nominees were Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, Halo 4, and Max Payne 3. Game of the Year award between Assassin's Creed 3, Dishonored, Journey, Mass Effect 3, and Walking Dead was, in fact, Walking Dead. There are so many different categories. So I'm actually also going to link you to the cheat sheet where you can see the list of categories that they had contests for, and you can click on the category and see who won for that particular type of game instead of watching the whole freaking thing. But the show was pretty cool. It was hosted by Samuel L. Jackson, whom I love, and Tenacious D played. I love Tenacious D. Anyway, good show. So you can check it out, or you can just look at the cheat sheet and see who won. IGN's Judgement Day is also going on, so check out the link below if you want to vote. They announced their nominees in their live stream on December 5th, and you can find the list and pick what you want to win Game of the Year. That's my show for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know in the comment section what you liked or disliked this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out. And share my videos on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever other way you can share it. And I appreciate that very much. Join me on my live stream Fridays, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. If we raid, I will for sure stream. Hope to see you there. But if I don't stream for whatever reason, or you can't make it, I will definitely see you back here on Wednesday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Love you all. Later.